Hello my lovely weirdos, and welcome to my channel Weird is the New Black. My name is Kat, and this pick a card reading is about how your person is feeling. So we've got Tiger's Eye here, Amazonite, Amethyst and Malachite. As ever, take a moment to be drawn to your particular stone, and I will see you on the other side. Well, hi there to those of you that chose the Tiger's Eye here. Righty, so how's your person feeling? What are they thinking? Just get a little bit of a tune in here, please, Spirit. Ooh. Embrace the in-between. So we've got the flamingo coming up. So I'm hearing no man's land, actually, and what I'm feeling from this person is a sense of being in between worlds, trying to get from one place to another, but feeling a little bit lost at the moment, not really very sure of their direction. Yeah, not particularly sure of their direction. I feel like this, do you know what I'm actually seeing? I saw a little tear coming out of this flamingo's eye just then. That's what it looked like. It's actually just a marking, but I'm getting, yeah, this person feels quite sad. This feels like quite a sad energy, and there's some kind of transition here. I feel like this person's had to leave something behind. Reluctantly is what I'm getting, a sense of reluctance, but it feels very heavy, bit disappointing. There's a sense of, yeah, I'm seeing the Ten of Wands now. I'm feeling that there was a burden that they just couldn't carry any longer, that they've had to move on from it, and they're feeling a little bit unsure about what the future holds at this point. They're somewhere in between the past and the future, trying to get a bearing on now. They're not quite sure what to believe is what I'm feeling about what's gone down. It's almost like a sense of, I don't know what's true. I don't know what's true in this situation anymore. And yeah, it's like they're tired of trying to work out what's true and what's not true. That could be very specific for somebody out there, that this person is trying to work out whether what you've told them is true and whether it's not true. But for others, I feel like this is like a general situation that has maybe they've been very in their head about, back and forth about, juggling around in their brain. I am seeing the Two of Coins now. Yeah, it's been a burden, and it's been something that hasn't felt stable, has felt like they've gone from one thought to another, back and forth. And they just can't make their mind up about something here, but it doesn't. It feels like they can't stay in this space of feeling like a temporary energy of not being sure. If you can hear scuffling in the background, that is a small kitten rummaging around in whatever he can find on the floor. So yeah, there is a sadness though. There is a sorrow coming through with this person, that it just feels very pronounced. It does feel like a reluctance. It does feel like a disappointment is what I want to say. I feel that they're really, it's felt really heavy. It has felt really heavy, and this person doesn't feel that they can stay feeling heavy or stay feeling upset or stay feeling not sure of what the reality of a situation is. It feels like a lack of authenticity. I mean, it could be on this person's part, but I'm getting that it's more that they can't work out the situation that they've been in. And for some of you, it may be that they're not quite sure whether you're authentic or whether you're not, or somebody in their life, whether somebody is authentic or not. It does definitely feel like a situation where this person hasn't really got clarity, and they can't get the clarity that they need without somebody being like really blatantly honest with them and feeling that that's 100%. But it doesn't feel on solid ground is what I want to say. But I think that they are gradually moving away from a situation of feeling things were very heavy. This and that are true, the dolphin spirit. Now this is what I'm picking up in regards to whether they believe something to be true or not, and what is the truth of this situation. How does it, they want to feel more joyous, they want to feel more connected, but I think they felt disconnected or not part of the pod in some way, shape or form, or that they are, and they want to move towards feeling more of a sense of companionship and camaraderie, and to be part of something is what I'm getting. And to feel joy again, to feel joy coming into their space. But the in-between and the this and that are true. Again, it's that sort of sensation of juggling backwards and forwards and not being overly sure about where they stand, or where to position themselves, or how to react or respond, because they are just so unclear about the truth. What's on the bottom? Bring your ideas to life. The electric eel spirit. I do feel like there's strong water energy here. They are trying to be receptive to what it is that they want to connect with going forward. I don't feel they are connected to this energy yet. There is a sense of trying to make it to a more comfortable ground, but again, I'm feeling strong emotional content with that water connection. There's strong emotional content here. And it's kind of very heartfelt, or this person may be going through a period of grief, or have been sort of transforming through that energy. But I'm feeling like it's taking time for this individual. It feels so heavy trying to move away from whatever it is they're trying to move away from. So heavy, so weighted, so... it feels like it's bedraggled is what I want to say. A sense of feeling bedraggled, or feeling submerged in the frequency that has been sort of on their shoulders, or something that they've been carrying around with them that they have to let go of. But it's a gradual process, this letting go, because whatever it is, it's letting go reluctantly. Use your mind wisely. I mean, some of you, maybe this is you and you need to flip this energy. That can sometimes happen in readings, but this pig spirit, again, suggesting with the sense of not knowing what's true, the sense of not knowing what to believe, the sense of feeling with this person that they've maybe been deceived, or they've fallen for something that they really wanted to believe in, but they can no longer believe in. And they do want to elevate, but again, it's feeling sad is what I want to say here. Even with this dolphin, which usually gives me a lot of joy, I feel like if they are projecting that, it's a lot for this person to project that everything's fine, if that's what they're doing. Because I feel like there's a weighted energy here, or there's a sense of feeling forlorn or neglected maybe, or abandoned or not wanted or cast out. Or I'm seeing these animals in like a solitary space, even though the dolphins live in pods and flamingos are always en masse. There's this sense of wanting to belong, but a feeling of being the odd one out, or not belonging, or on the outskirts looking in. And that's how this person is feeling to me, that they're outside looking in on a situation, or thinking, why can't I feel like part of the group? Why can't I feel like part of the collective? Why do I always feel different? I look the same. I have the same emotions. And yet somehow I feel rejected. And again, it could be to do with childhood, this, because the pig spirit here is piglet. That's not a full grown pig. So there's this sense of a childlike energy that maybe feels like it needs to be dealt with. It feels like injury. It feels like injury or vulnerability, maybe surrounding their childhood or triggering up those sensations. Yeah, intense vulnerability is what I'm getting. I feel like this person has not had the happiest time when they were younger. And that is giving me the sensation of feeling that they were exposed or in harm's way. And again, this kind of sense of feeling on the outs is a sensation that this person, I think, has experienced maybe from a young age or maybe regularly. And there is a real sorrow, but they are dropping the burden, but that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. It feels like it's requiring some considerable effort, actually, to move out of this position, to move out of this mindset. The dove spirit is at the bottom, be peace, it says. And I do feel like this person just wants to get to a sense of calm, a sense of ease. I do, with the beaver spirit underneath, like there's a sense of wanting to build foundations as well, wanting to build for the long term, wanting to be able to, again, I'm getting that, the sense of being able to work with others, the sense of being able to participate or as part of a community or be needed as a community or just have a satisfying social situation. Because at the moment this person is definitely on the outs, they're on the outskirts, and that's feeling difficult. And maybe you've made a choice to walk away from this person, or maybe this person hasn't been honest with you in the past, and that's sad, but you don't know where you stand. Or it could be something that they're dealing with. So I'm just reading it from the perspective of your person, but do flip the energy if it's required. I feel like somebody's had to make a choice, or there has been a choice made. But this person feels like they've come off badly in that, or that maybe they feel that they've made the wrong choices with people that they've been socially connected to, or that they've been, that have been part of their setup or group, or I mean, it could even be colleagues, that sort of stuff. But I'm getting more of a personal energy about this. They feel so sad. God, like the energy that's coming through to me at the moment is so sad. I almost, like, I'm a little bit concerned about the mental approach to that this person's having towards the feeling of hopelessness that's coming through here. It feels like I can't go on, or I can't. There just is a sense of sort of emotional or physical collapse around this person, or just wanting to give up is what I'm feeling to say. And that makes me worry slightly for this person's mental state, with this pig spirit saying use your mind wisely. I feel like this person does need to be aware of their mental health, their mental and emotional health, and seek out the right kind of support, maybe not from the places that they've sought it out in the past, or from the same groups or networks, to not try and fit in so much. I mean, I feel that in the trying to fit in, this person actually pushes others away. It's because they expect to be rejected almost. They expect to be, and they may show that, like, a really happy-go-lucky exterior, or like even a frivolous exterior. or young or vibrant or innocent or playful, but they really do feel very lost. They really do. What else have we got going on with this person? Just want to kind of put my arms around this person and tell them it'll be all right. And it feels very isolated, I've got to say. Truth transcends illusion. So there's something going on here with truth. So some kind of waking up to maybe a realization of an illusion or illusionary state that they've been in. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. I think that that whether they like it or not, they're being released or have been rejected from maybe a community or a group or something like that. And actually now this truth energy is something that this is a slow process, is what I want to say, for this person to recognize and re-emerge from this situation. But Spirit is saying, look, freedom is yours. You've got to claim your worth. And the wasp spirit underneath all of those saying sometimes life stings, that something has really hurt this person. And I feel like although there is movement towards elevation, I really don't think this is going to happen at speed, because the dragonfly spirit always gives me a time frame of 2 years. And I feel like either this has been going on for a couple of years with this person and they are therefore at the point where they have wised up and they are on the point of transformation, or it's going to take 2 years from this position for this person to truly come to grips with past issues, past injury. Very, very vulnerable energy around childhood here. Very vulnerable. And I want to say skinless. I want to say, yeah, very tender energy. Tender energy. Raw, tender, exposed, vulnerable around childhood and young adulthood is what is coming through. Oh, I feel for this person, but they really aren't doing themselves a service, because they kind of, they expect to be rejected, so they come in with a slightly bedraggled energy, or maybe they choose to try and fit in too much as well, is what I'm saying. Maybe they're a bit changeable as per their surroundings in order to try and fit in, or the people that they talk to, maybe they change their opinion depending on what others are saying. And it's not authentic to themselves. It's in order to be able to feel like part of the whole. And that's quite sad, because what's happening here is that it's being identified by others as not being authentic. And others may even play with it and change what they're saying in order to see whether this person changes what they believe in direct response. And when other people recognize that they're just presenting what they expect to be presented, or what they think will win them companionship or being part of something, they're rejected or belittled or made to feel very small, because they don't really know how to be part of the collective, and they haven't worked out yet that being the strong, true version of their authentic self is what is transcending. Maybe it's you that's the one that has been through a process of finding your own authenticity, and you're at the point now of transcendence. But I feel like this person, if that's the case, this person is about 2 years behind you, is what I want to say. Vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. I feel like spirit is trying to encourage this person to really embrace all the elements of the experiences that they've gone through and use it to strengthen themselves. So, but it's a struggle right now. It's a struggle. With the vulture spirit, that sense of like picking at the bones of things, or they're not being like a feast. It's almost like the scraps is what I'm hearing. And I'm also hearing beggars can't be choosers. I mean, I really feel this person is going through a tough time. If this is like a friend or a family member, or, you know, if you're speaking to this person, maybe reach out here, because I really feel like this person could do with somebody to lean on, or even to talk to, or even to take their mind off this heavy energy, because they are closing out a cycle. There is a cycle being closed out here, because it's kind of, it's too much. And if they have been rejected, spirit is trying to protect them. This parrot spirit down here, again, with that parroting energy, what I'm getting from this person is that they're repeating, maybe repeating things that people have said. And that's been identified as not being truthful or not being authentic to who they really are. And I think this person is actually very affected by other people's words, especially if they're mean, or if they're cutting, or if they're belittling. If you're dealing with this person, understand their self-worth is really low. With that skunk spirit showing up earlier, this person is actually in a very vulnerable space, and I'd be very careful to avoid saying anything hard or sharp to this person, because they are possibly teetering on the edge of like emotional or mental like collapse here, is what I'm getting. So they do need to embrace a new version of themselves, a new authentic version of themselves, and embrace their vulnerability, is what I'm getting. They are and are being set free from previous conditioning. And they need to kind of find the fire force within themselves to drive themselves forward, or even get angry about their past circumstances in order to like use it as motivation to move themselves on. But so far they're like drowning in emotional content, is what I'm feeling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. It was quite a sad one, this one, but I don't really know what else to say other than this person is like very emotional right now, is what I would say, feeling very vulnerable. It is a real struggle. They are trying to make the right kind of choices or make healthy decisions, but maybe there's a temptation to try and be one of the crowd. This is kind of follower energy, and I feel like you can't really help this person. You can help this person by being very authentic, by encouraging them to be authentic, but in truth, they need to recognize their own uniqueness, they need to recognize their own qualities, and they need to embrace that in order to move up and elevate themselves from this lower emotional energy, this heavy content that it feels very, very like affecting of their fire, very affecting of their life force. So I feel like this person's motivation is kind of on the floor at the moment. And if they are putting on a pretense of everything is like great and wonderful, the amount of energy it's taking them even to like project that is actually fairly dangerous. Spirit is saying for their kind of their physical and emotional well-being, it will just completely deplete them. They don't have the energy to kind of put the mask on, so it's better that they let it slip and allow themselves to be vulnerable and allow themselves to acknowledge that it's a struggle and be very authentic, and you know, not use their mind to dwell in the emotional content or get themselves like in a self-pitying zone, because this is really not going to help this person. But that's kind of where I feel they're at the moment, and I really hope that resonated. And if it did, please like, subscribe, share, and drop me a comment. It's so lovely to hear from you. Thanks so much for listening. Bye guys. Hello my darlings who chose the Amazonite here. So what is your person feeling? How are they feeling? What's going on? Oops. What's going on with this person? Do they have a lot to say, I wonder? What's going on with this person? Parrot spirit, what's your words? I do feel like this person is like super chatty. So I feel like they're in a very communicative zone at the moment, and they do want to chat and natter a lot, is what I'm getting with the parrot. I am getting that this person has got a lot to say, a lot to tell you. It feels quite bubbly. It feels quite positive. The peacock spirit, let it shine. Yeah. Two birds coming up, both quite colourful, both quite sort of extroverted energy is what I'm getting from this person, like display quality energy coming through. I feel like they've got a lot of things to say, maybe to get off their chest. Yeah, stuff to talk about, stuff to catch up with as well. I feel like it's positive energy though with these watch your words, let it shine. I feel like this person may talk a lot, and maybe they need to like take a breath, is what I'm getting with this. They may have gossip that they want to share, is also what I'm feeling from this, because the parrot is like about repetition. It's like a repetitious energy. So I feel like there's news that this person wants to impart, is what is coming across mostly. They may want to tell you stuff that they've got that's in their heart, or that they are, that they're feeling in their heart to express, is what I want to say here. I feel like they've released on something, or something's been released and they want to tell you about that release, or that they've launched something, that they're elevating, that they're moving in a positive direction, is what I'm getting. It feels like, if this person's not communicating, like they're really holding themselves back because they've got a lot to say, is what I'm feeling. Sweet results await the bee spirit. So that's like 3 energies with wings that have been coming forward, and we've got the frog spirit, clear out the clutter. I feel like this person has release things that weren't beneficial to them, that they are feeling positive about the future, that they may be, I'm seeing harvesting, collecting the bee, getting the pollen here. Maybe they're quite busy, maybe they're quite active. There does feel like there's a fair amount going on with this person that they want to talk about. Maybe they want to talk about their work, maybe they want to talk about how they've got through something, or how they've released from something, or how they're gathering and working on something here that is elevating. That's coming through. And at the moment they may be requiring assistance. Maybe they require your assistance to do this. Maybe they're working with others to achieve this. Bees are, bumblebees I think are solitary, but I always get that assistive energy with the little cogs on the back of the bees back. Usually it's like a pick-me-up energy to help them get through the day sort of thing. But what I'm getting here is it's actually like positive collaboration, or wanting to positively collaborate with you, it could be, or work with you on something, work on communication, it could be as well. With the frog spirit at the bottom, I am getting an energy of them releasing something that has not been good for them, recognizing the qualities within themselves that need to be recognized, and also a desire to take a leap forward and to share something. I feel like this person wants a new positive start, or to bring you a gift even, is my sensation on this. Yeah, it's almost like look what I found, and they want to share this knowledge or information, or this gift, or this positive idea, or this work endeavor. Love is all around. For a lot of you, this is about them wanting to kind of tell you how much they care, is my feeling, and that they've released on something that wasn't good for them, and they want to take a leap, they want to jump forward, and they want to jump forward into an energetic of like real love and celebration of love. And I feel like maybe they don't know what to expect here, and that they feel they have to be pretty careful or diplomatic, or say the right thing is what I'm getting. But it kind of feels like sweet energy, sweet language with the bee, and that sort of referencing to honey. And then the nightingale spirit is so sweet. And again, it's a vocal energy. There may be somebody that's wanting to cling slightly to this person, who sees them as a jewel, who sees them as a positive energy. But I feel like your person is releasing from the grasp of this, whatever it is, whether it's a person, whether it's a situation that had them feeling that they were controlled maybe, or a bit held back, or that it was just generally like a bit poisonous or toxic, or they were dealing with somebody like this. But I do feel like they're readying, they want to jump forward, they want to elevate, they want to work on things, and it's to do with communication, it's to do with heartfelt communication. Yeah, and they feel like the time is now. Give of yourself into the moment. The time is now. Rabbit spirit. Yeah, again, it's that leaping forward energy. It says now is a lucky time on that card. So it feels like, that they may well get sudden communication, or like words, a lot of words from this person, or like a flutter of enthusiasm, or I feel like there's a level of excitement here about what they want to tell you, or news. It feels good. It feels good. It feels like they're really working hard, and they're gathering things. They might be working on their money or their resources, is what I'm feeling. I think things that may have been hidden from view, they want to clear up or make things clear, if that's the case. For not all of them, there is this hidden energy, but I feel like maybe things they've been dark, or they've not really communicated particularly, maybe because there's been possibly processing or releasing on things, or stuff that they needed to purge, is also what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting a medicinal quality with that sort of frog, and is it buffo that they use for like in terms of the psychoactives? And I feel like this person has been through like a transitional energy that has been really life affirming or positive or game changing. They're definitely in a social energy, or about to jump into a very social energy, and feeling very sort of lucky and optimistic, and getting to be in alignment with their energy and their positivity. I feel if this person has been in the dark, or gone through a dark night of the soul, or they're coming out of it. They're coming out of it, but they're working on maybe what it is that they want to say to you, and how they want to express themselves. Claim your independence. Yes, this is great. They may have started working for themselves, or they're working hard at financial independence, or their own concept of what they want to do for a living. Flamingo spirit at the bottom, embrace the in-between. They're in transition with this. They are in the process of gathering, working, dealing with resources, firming things up, storing up for winter. That kind of energy is what's going on here. And in the process of doing that, it is very beneficial. Their work might benefit others. And I say that because the sensation of the bee being a pollinator is what's coming through with this. So whatever it is they're working on has an additional effect of assisting the environment, or assisting a community, or assisting people, directly assisting others. Or it feels very, very nice, very organic, very this person is feeling like in a confident space, in a bold space, they're putting things behind them that may not have been positive. They could have had people that were jealous of them, or resentful of them, or resentful of their independence or their capability. I want to say their skill set too. It feels like a very capable energy, or a very multi-talented energy. Very expressive, could be a very creative person going on up here. Very colourful individual is what I want to say with that parrot spirit. And that peacock spirit as well. They're naturally, there's a natural showmanship, is what I'm feeling around this person, or a natural capability to be engaging, or engage other people, or work with people or communities, or yeah, it feels good. The miracles are endless with the cow spirit. There is somebody I feel in their remit that does not want this elevation. This actually, this is reminding me of the State of Play reading that I've just posted, called Rising Above It. You may want to watch that reading. That could well resonate with you. But I feel like there is somebody here, because I often get a block with the cow spirit. I don't know why I do, but I feel like it's almost an obstacle. I think I know why I do, actually, because when we were in India, the cows walking across the street, you had to kind of stop and wait for them to pass. And they're all very pretty cows, like this one. It's like, yeah, come along then. So to me, it like slows down, or delays, or halts progression. Even though they're very sacred, and this is all about abundance. And I do feel like your person is connecting to their abundance in terms of their independence. But I do feel like there's a person watching this who's resentful, or jealous, or wants to block the progress, or does not want this person to be independent, or wants them to work on their behalf, or is just generally objectionable, is what I'm getting here. This could be a feminine energy, doesn't have to be, but that is coming through. The blocking person is what I want to say, but again, it does not have to be that that's the case. But there definitely feels like this person is watching your person work, watching your person express, watching your person embrace their independence, embrace their sense of abundance, and feels a mixture of things about it. On one hand, I think that they feel inspired by your person, inspired to elevate. On the other hand, it feels like they want to swipe. Yeah, the cat looking at the bee. My cat loves chasing like flying things around the garden like a nut job. And she's rubbish at it. So like she never catches them. And that's what I'm feeling is going on here. Again, I'm getting resonance to the Rising Above It State of Play reading. So do go and watch that. But I feel that this is somebody who is not okay with your person's work, or what they want to do for work, or how they're expressing themselves in their daily activities, or maybe they're resentful of the community or the collective energy that surrounds your person, because they could have a strong collective. Or they see, it's almost like they're looking at a person and thinking, how does this person do this? There's some kind of mystery to this individual nearby that kind of wants to block them. There's some kind of mystery. And it's almost like this person watching them could have like abundance, could have financial abundance, could have a very maybe traditional approach, and your person is not a conformist. They're hard workers though, and they're very independent, and they're very rich in their energy content is what I want to say. They're really rich. And I know this is about what your person is feeling, but there are two strong energies up here. So your person is feeling positive, and they may want to avoid this person in connection with them who kind of is resentful. And it could be a platonic situation here. It doesn't have to be that this is a partner or somebody. Mind you, with the swan spirit underneath, it feels like somebody who's watching your person needs to take a look at why they resent this energy or why they've got a problem with it. Yeah, believe in yourself underneath. And again, I feel like this is your person's energy and they are believing in themselves. And there's that collecting, the nuts being collected by the squirrel. And there's that collecting of the pollen by the bee. And it feels like your person is just working hard on building. And it may seem small, or it may seem inconsequential, or it may seem to this cat spirit that it doesn't have enough abundance, or it isn't big enough, or it isn't, impressive enough. But if this cat spirit was so comfortable with their lot, why are they so resentful? Why are they so resentful of your person? This is what's coming through with this person watching your person is a materialistic energy. Materialistic. Maybe they are financially independent, but they're still, it's almost like they still want your person to struggle. They could be romantically interested. They could be romantically interested. But in terms of your person, it's like reading all these cards for them, they're feeling really good. Independent. Like, feeling blessed is what I want to say with that sacred energy of the cow is now coming through. That like blessing. Look at all these flowers and garlands. Whatever it is, it feels very organic. It feels very lovely. It feels possibly quite nature-based, airy, easy. Yeah, a lot of air energy coming through with this one. A lot. But yeah, there's birds as well. Birds, and we've had like a few birds here. I think your person is very graceful. I think that they are very expressive, like very diplomatic, very capable, they may advocate or use their words as part of their work. Yeah, that's what it's feeling like. I don't know what I feel like pulling a couple more, so I'm going to pull just a couple more here. I'm going to pull another one just under the parrot and the bee spirit. Truth transcends illusion. So your person is coming out of a period, they're coming out of this. This is interesting. They're coming out of a period of feeling that things were difficult to see clearly, that it was probably a struggle. They needed assistance, or they have had to lean on their community for assistance, or close friends, or it's been hard work. And they're coming out of this, they're elevating and they're recognizing things for what they are. They're seeing with a higher perspective. And they want to share this information. I feel they feel driven to share, driven to express, driven to like be who they are in the world, be independent and proud and believe in themselves and build and think long term. It feels really awesome. Let spirit be your guide. I think your person is really quite connected on a spiritual level, and there is always enough underneath that with the koi spirit. Be here now, the hummingbird spirit underneath that feels very colourful, and it feels very abundant, and it feels kind of gloriously attractive. Maybe your person's very attractive, but if they're not like conventionally attractive, I feel like their energy is really like effervescent, colourful, artistic, very likely here. Maybe they dress beautifully. There's a grace or an elegance or a movement or Yeah, it's really lovely. And a hawk spirit, let spirit be your guide. I think that perspective, again, that bird energy coming through, strong air content coming through here. They've come out of a really tough time. They're determined not to go backwards, is my feeling. They are working really hard on making sure that they can rely upon themselves. And they are not going to, they're going to turn away from anyone who chooses to block them. They do not want to engage with people who are jealous or resentful or who are themselves blocked. Because regardless of material abundance, they do not see that energy as abundant or people like this as abundant. And it could be that your person is heading for like a really amazing amount of abundance. I think it will take legwork. I think they're only sort of finishing the first phase, and they're still gathering, they're still working, but it's feeling very, very good long term. I feel like one of this person's main goals is to be financially independent. One more. You see clearly now. Another bird. Another bird. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me something. Yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think that this person is very intuitive. I think that they've elevated, they can see very clearly where even if people are pretending that they're happy for their abundance, I feel that they see that actually there's resentment underneath that, and that try as they might, those people can't swipe them. They're too quick moving, they're too speedy, they're too in alignment with spirit, they see clearly. But I also think this person that's blocking them also sees clearly, and what they're seeing is that your person has some kind of capable ability here, and the swan spirit again is showing up at the bottom, and it feels like it's got significance. This, it feels very beautiful, very graceful, too big to take on. Like it's almost like all of these winged energies, and then these two earthbound energies with the cat and the cow, which feel like they're representing somebody else. I feel like this person that is looking at them is like slightly blown away or somehow taken aback by your person's intuitive capabilities, or the mystery of how they manage to do what they do in some way. You know, it kind of your person makes it look a bit like magic, and your person sees who's friend and who is foe here, and that's what I feel like your person is feeling. I know it's a little bit different, but I've just got to roll with what comes through, and it feels very like your person is very romantic. Yeah, dream the world into being in time for a deep dive with the swan and all the flowers, and it feels very romantic. And I feel like your person is working towards their goals and their dreams, and they're excited and they want to share it with you maybe, and they're not going to they're going to release on this possibly toxic energy that's tried to hold them back or tried to cling on to them, or is resentful, or is too possibly codependent, but it feels more like a power play, more like they want to keep your person grounded, but they're not going to be able to. Anyway, I think that's all I've got for you. Stack Amazonite, that was an interesting one. And if that resonated, please do share. Let me know what's going on with your person. It's always great to have feedback, and drop me a like, and it's lovely to have you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys. Hello my darlings, and welcome to Stack Amazonite here. So, how's your person feeling? How are they feeling? What do they want to share about how they're feeling? Just tune us in, please, Spirit. Life is speeding up, Antelope Spirit. So they kind of want to race forward here. Believe in yourself. A squirrel spirit underneath. Well, this feels quite positive. Yeah, they're moving forward. I'm hearing future focus, so this person is focusing on what's ahead. They're leaving the past in the dust. That's what I'm feeling. And they're building on things that they want to build on in themselves now. Act as if, for the chameleon spirit underneath, is giving me real manifestational strength. They're putting action behind their manifestational energy, and they know it's going to return to them, is what I'm getting from this. It feels very, there's lots of golds and burnished oranges and reds that I'm seeing. It feels really exotic. I don't know whether this person is like from a different country or has a different heritage to you, or it feels quite like, I'm hearing in a land down under. Maybe there's possibly, for one or two of you, there's an Australian energy here, and I don't know why I want to say that, but that's what's coming through, which is very different for me. I'm in the UK. That's literally the opposite side of the planet, but there is this sense, and South Africa, I'm hearing that too. Again, this will not be for everybody, but that is coming through here. Yeah, we've got this strong desire, this strong motivational force to move forward, and I'm being drawn to the physicality. This person is feeling physically capable. This person could be quite physically strong or physically driven, or just physical in general, a physical person. I feel like they're listening to their inner self about what they want to do, and they're kind of fixing on where they want to get to, and that nothing's going to hold those persons back if they choose to make up their mind about something. I'm seeing there's real single-minded energy about this, and it's fast moving. And if this person has their sights set on you, they will not, they're going to go for it, is what I want to say. There's a real tenacity here, and there's a real sense of maybe this person, okay, lots of information coming through all at once. Hang on one moment. Excuse my French, but I feel like it could have been a shit show for this person for the last, I don't know, maybe few years even. It doesn't have to be that, length of time, but it feels like a scrambled mess. And I'm seeing a radio, tuning into, all these different frequencies, when you're running through the stations. It's an old school radio that I'm seeing with the dial when you're running through the stations, and it's all it's all dislocated and dissipated and confusing and baffling, and and now Spirit is saying chasing their tail as well. This person has been in a tailspin. I think they've crashed and burned a couple of times. I really feel like it's been a bit of a royal mess, is what I want to say about this person's last few years, is what I'm getting. But this person, I'm now seeing this radio tuning in very specifically to that exact frequency. And for those of you who've never use one of those old school radios, I feel for you, because the level of satisfaction of getting it right on the money when it's coming through crystal clear, that is what this person is doing. They are honing in on what it is that they want to hear, want to see, want to focus on, and they're honing in on the energy. This person is learning the sheer power of choosing or selecting the energy that they want to be in, and then finding it exactly, or finding something that mirrors that energy. And it could well be music. Maybe music is of importance to this person, because I am seeing that radio frequency, or listening to the right things is what I want to say as well. Maybe podcast, could be anything really. And something is really hitting it. It's hitting the frequency. It's hitting it right. It's bang on. And when this person may well have been a mess for a long time, and you may be like, nah, yeah, this person's going to continue being a royal mess. Mm-mm. This is the kind of person that once they've got that, once they know what they want, they are going to pace towards it. They're going to pace towards it, because I feel like this person's been through it, is what I'm feeling to say. I feel like they've had quite a lot of pain, quite a lot of injury. They've been turned around a few times. Moth spirit, surrender now, and it fell out upside down. What do you know? This is my heartbreak card. This is my heartache and heartbreak card, and I feel because it's reversed, because it flew out that way, this is something that they're overcoming. It's been really tough, is what I'm feeling to say. And it's put them in a tailspin or some kind of confusion or some kind of mixed up, muddled up shit show of a continual things going wrong, and possibly things out of their control as well here, but also things within their control, like a lot of stuff. They're free of this because they're now tuning in. They know what they don't want, and they're also able to surrender or able to get over this heartache or this heartbreak or this previous grief. And I kind of want to put it behind them. So I'm going to, because I'm feeling inclined to do that. Because it does refer to the past for me. I feel like it's behind them. And it was really tough. It was really tough. Lion spirits at the bottom, be generous of spirit. And I feel the sheer courage coming through, that strength, that physical energy. This person is a powerhouse, is what I want to say, and has stamina and vision and focus. I'm really, really liking this energy. Again, this burnt orange and burnt red flavour. It feels like heated or hot, or I am seeing like wide open space here. I feel like this person likes to feel in the body, likes to feel the wind, or that likes to feel the physical energy of the self. Feels great. It just feels great, this energetic. Trust in the magic, the white raven spirit. Wow, this is some powerful manifestational energy that this person is connecting in with. And combined with faith and the magic as well of the raven, is really powerful. It's really powerful. Spirit is like, yeah, come on, run in and meet me. Let me show you what magic means. Let me show you how exciting life can be, and how much you've learned and how strong you are, and let me put you in touch with your own inner courage. Brown bear spirit, take time out at the bottom. So maybe spirit slowing this person down a bit and saying, okay, yeah, we can also take breaks. It's okay to stop and sit and like contemplate under a tree for a little bit. Maybe you don't really want to overdo it, especially in the physical is what I'm getting. This person doesn't want to overdo it in the physical. They may be working hard, or they may be pushing themselves a little too fast, a little too much. And it's because they're really embracing the energy, but there is such a kind of wild enthusiasm about this person. I think they feel like they've actually, once you've tuned into that frequency, once you've found that resonant frequency, there's actually very little that you need do apart from keep moving steadily towards the goal. It's almost like this person is like overly enthusiastic on like, now what? Now where do I put all this energy? Now, what do we do now, spirit? Chill out. Is what spirit says. See the bigger picture. Be more like the giraffe. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah, take it steady. So I think like spirit is like actively saying you don't need to rush. You like this it's easier than you imagine it to be. It doesn't actually require a huge amount of effort. So, but this person, it feels like they've come out of the starting block, because I feel like it's so difficult for them to tune into what it is that they want, or how they want to go about getting what they want, or getting to the end goal, or to the next goal, I should say. And it's like they want to prove it to themselves, and then again and again. This is somebody that might push themselves regularly a little bit too hard, that you might have to kind of like staple to a sofa. It's that kind of energy. I feel like spirit is attempting to slightly staple them to the sofa, and be teaching them that actually the manifestation is only about the alignment, and aligning with it, being clear about it, and moving in the general direction of it actually doesn't require as much effort as this person might want to put in. And it's because they are releasing themselves from this really higgledy-piggledy, crazy ass, like, past, turning around, maybe moving about a lot, maybe feeling like they were going around in circles, and now that they've got their eye on something that feels right and feels in alignment, they are like raring to go. I feel like somebody like really in celebratory mode, when somebody like finds that tune on the radio and it hits them at the right time, and then they just dance around like a lunatic. It's like what I'm feeling about this person. And if they've met you and this is the energy, then they may want to like over try with you. Maybe this is a new person, I don't know your circumstances, but there is a kind of wild level of enthusiasm and a strong physicality, a strong desire to physical like interaction or approach, or to rush in. Maybe spirit is saying, look, you don't rush in. Don't rush in, even though you've put this energy behind you, the form of confusion or heartache, or you've been through a really rough time. Like, you still need to like take time. Sit, contemplate by the Bodhi tree, watch the river of life. That's what I'm getting coming through from spirit. Again, the brown bear is at the bottom. Like, take time, chillax. Like, do not go rushing in. If this person is considering rushing in, because they put something behind them, their enthusiasm may not be taking into account other people's spaces or emotional space, and they may need to be like slightly more subtle is what I'm getting. And because this person could take up a lot of energetic room, and seem quite like a steamrollery kind of an energy. It's really endearing, but it is like that bare frequency is what I'm getting. This person could be like physically quite like present, like pronounced either very strong or like tall or something like that. There's a strong physical presence with this person. I feel like in a really good nick, I've got to say. Skunk spirit, know your worth. Okay, so yeah, the raven spirit is like, look, that's great that you feel so enthused, but there's still some work to do here on your self-worth. And we don't want you to rush too quickly from this difficult situation, because there's still possibly some reparation of your own, the deeper self-worth work. This person could possibly be a runner, and have a tendency to move on very quickly. We've got the nightingale spirit at the bottom, love is all around, so there's an expression of wanting to share, and it's very enthused and lovely, but they do need to work on this. I feel like, they may have only just released themselves from this, or maybe like only just getting in alignment with themselves in some kind of way. And spirit is like, look, this has to be interval training. That's what I'm getting. Interval training, please. Not one long devastating sprint that could wind up with you feeling exhausted. And it's because they want to put distance between themselves and the energy that's happened in the past, and their former self is what I'm getting. And it's brilliantly enthusiastic. It is. And spirit's really like, this is great, but slow the fuck down. Slow down. down. Because you could wind up doing more damage to your self-worth if you go like bombing in and you're not greeted with the same level of enthusiasm, or it could damage somebody else's self-worth. Your overconfidence could be an impact here. So yeah, they can't be too cocky, and they still have to be mindful of other people's vulnerability or position, or and the deeper work that needs to be done. I feel like there hasn't been enough of a time interval between this sense of feeling really sort of mixed up and then having this very clear idea of where they want to go. That's great, but it needs to stand the test of time is what I'm getting. Yeah, Hawk Spirit underneath says, let Spirit be your guide. So I'm feeling like Spirit is trying to sort of, it's encouraging the fearlessness with the Badger Spirit underneath. It is like, yes, be fearless, but also be watchful. Watch what you're doing, because the Badger Spirits, they're very watchful. And I feel like it's interesting because the Skunk Spirit being the black and white, it almost feels like when you grow up, you get to be this. But there requires a little bit of maturing between the Skunk Spirit and the Badger, between this small black and white thing and the larger black and white thing. And it feels like Spirit is almost trying to be quite firm with this person and say, look, you still need to respect boundaries. There still needs to be an understanding of your own requirement for boundaries and steadying of your energy, and a steadying potentially of the physical exuberance of this person. This person could be very physically exuberant. This is the sort of person gets like really overexcited and like slaps you on the back because they're really excited to see you, and then just accidentally throws you across the other side of the room. There's that kind of energy coming in. It's like boisterous but really endearing. I know someone just like this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's really endearing, but it can be a bit much. It can be a bit much sometimes for other people. So this person does need to work on self-worth. Even I can think they can veer from real confidence, like, and real authenticity with themselves, and that's very much in the physical zone and in the physical instinct with this person. And then it can be, they can feel very diminished or very small or very sort of embarrassed about the giant auric energy that they occupy. Which they shouldn't feel, but they are working on this. They're confronting this. I think in the past they may have been really spun around and been really made to feel very small, or gone through a lot of difficulty or sorrow. Again, it feels like there may have been somebody that's blocked them, or maybe there are issues with nurturance here that has confused this energy. Yeah, this person is a bit of a dichotomy, but they are feeling currently pretty enthusiastic and keen to like power ahead with stuff, but they don't want to do it at the expense of not cleaning up the residual rooted pain, or the deeper pain, or the older pain, and like just putting distance between them. And it is going to help considerably, especially if they're focused. But Spirit is trying to kind of slightly interrupt them and say, look, just stop, take a breather here, contemplate how you deepen this energy so that it's like a strong, fixed foundational space. It's great that you've got the bravery. It's great that you've got the courage. We love that, is what I'm getting. We love that, but we still want you to work on these older issues that may be quite deep-rooted. There's self-work here that Spirit's encouraging this person to do, but they are becoming much more observant of themselves. This person could have a tendency to act out with substances, is what I want to say. Maybe alcohol or, stimulants. They need to avoid stimulants. This person needs to avoid stimulants because they are already like at a certain level of energy. And I think stimulants would result in this person like careering into some kind of tree and ending up feeling like a right plonker. So it's about not rushing in, not, it's like, don't be the bull in the china shop is what I'm getting. Just be wary of that energy. So Spirit is trying to kind of tame this person's natural wild, and it is a lovely wild, I've got to say. Right, pick a couple more on this. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Yeah, I mean, they're really excited. And they are very charismatic. It's very electrical energy. It's very, very sparkly. When this person's on form, they are freaking amazing, is what I want to say about this person. But they have been like a muddle. They have just gone around in circles, or they haven't lived up to their own expectations of themselves, or that, and they don't want to get carried away. But when the energy like comes through them, it is like full on, like, and they have strong charisma. I mean, they're very visible in the world, is my feeling. And it's very attractive, very charismatic, X factor. This person's got the X factor, but it's kind of like, you know, they just need to chill with the bat spirit. Yeah, just hang out, dude. Chill is what I'm getting. A rebirth is assured. You do need to look at the darker elements. You do need to change your perspective on certain things that you're not looking at, that are not necessarily in the physical. I think if it's not in the physical, it's not something they're actually doing or engaged with on a sort of day-to-day physical level, or that this person might struggle to do the reflection. They're just naturally like strong earthy energy coming through here. They don't have to be an earth sign, but that's the energy coming through, that strong instinctual physicality. Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. Yeah, I feel like they need to, they may be in a period of a sort of enforced spiritual like suspension, and spirit is wanting them to really take a look at the elements that have made them feel lesser, so that they don't have to repeat a cycle. And they feel like they're coming out of this and they're enthusiastic about it, but if they go too fast, they will end up injuring themselves, or maybe others, because of the sheer boisterousness of their energy, and they could end up feeling really crap about it. Really, it could put them back into a patterning. Yeah, this person needs to be more grounded in a sense of emotional sense. I'm getting, be more grounded in the emotional sense. They move very quickly through emotional spaces, is what I'm getting, and this person needs to slow down and look closely, almost to slow the way that they observe their emotional movements and spot the patterns, and therefore they're able to dig deep and deal, overcome any obstacle. I think the rhino spirit is your person's general approach. Yeah, they tend to power through, and it's great, but again, it can cause damage because their energy is powerful, and that I don't think they understand how powerful it is. Panther spirit, reclaim your power. I feel like they give it away. I feel like they don't know that they're carrying this, the depth, the intensity in this power. I think you carry this and you recognize this, though. I think you see this in this person. And maybe you're trying to assist or guide or help, or trying to just get this person to slow, chill their boots. Yeah, and I think you sometimes have to be quite strong with this person, or very like halting, right? Enough now, stop, right? There has to be, it's almost like this person needs a kind of authority and somebody who's not afraid of exerting that authority to kind of stop and go, yeah, you're right, I'm actually being quite full on. Or I just don't think they carry that level of awareness necessarily, and it's because they are very authentic though with who they are. It's just self-worth issues, and they are being guided to listen to their need to heal, and I do think this person is working on it. And it feels like this person has made a breakthrough in releasing themselves from past injury or past version of themselves, which feels really, really positive. And Spirit is very disinclined to allow them to cause damage to themselves, because it doesn't want them to go back around in this cycle. Yeah, it wants them to leap into a new way of seeing things, leap into a new version of themselves, leap into a better understanding. Scarab Beetle magic works through you. This person has powerful energy, and it does feel lovely. It does. It feels like a lovely energy, but it's an energy that they need to know how to direct, because they could cause damage with it, and more than they realise, because they're not rating the sheer volume of power that they carry within. It's just a bit fast forward, and when they're fast forwarded, they can trip over themselves, is what I'm hearing, or career headlong into the wrong thing, or be a bit OTT, or maybe, like swing from being like very sad or depressed or a little bit needy or very like lacking to overconfidently like bowling forward. So yeah, complicated energy, this one. Really do hope it resonated, and if it did, please like, subscribe and share, and drop me a comment. It was so lovely to hear from you. Bye guys. Hello my lovelies, you chose the Malachite. Lush. Love a bit Malachite. Right, let's get into it. Let's tune in here, please, Spirit. How is this person feeling? How are they feeling? How are they feeling? Oh, butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Well, this person is going through a process of breaking free, is what I'm getting. Breaking free from something. This could well be conditioning. It feels like it might be nurturance conditioning with the cow spirit down the bottom here. I always associate that with nurturance, but I feel like it also might be the ending of a relationship that was very obstructive. That could be the case here, that there is a sensation of lightening the load, moving away from an obstructive relationship. And we've got elephant spirit, learn from the past underneath. So there is some kind of heavy past energy that this person is transforming from, removing from. I feel like it's been tough. It feels like it's been tough. Like there's been a struggle here for sure, is what I'm getting from this. Yeah, it feels like there's been a lot of attempting to kind of get to this point, and a lot of sort of wriggling, is what I want to say, wriggling around or struggling to break free, or does feel like intense bondage. And I am seeing the devil card here in my mind, and I feel like this has been like a habitual energetic that this person is attempting to release themselves from, or some kind of karmic pattern, or a karmic, is what I want to say. Somebody who has been very blocking of their transformation. I don't feel that they've been able to perceive their own vividness in the world, their own colourful energy in the world for some time. It's felt very grey. With that elephant coming through again, it's felt grey and depressive, and just so heavy, such heavy energy. Pig spirit, use your mind wisely. I think this person has kind of fallen for somebody's deceptive energy, if there's another person involved. Otherwise, I feel like they've been going around in circles. I see this pig running around in circles. There could be an energy related to a child here. Maybe they felt trapped because of a child or a situation with a child, or something to do with childhood. It feels very pronounced in this particular reading. Yep. Childhood nurturance. There's this sense of liberating themselves from maybe a childlike energy or an immature energy, because it's always drawn to the fact that this is a piglet. It's not a pig, it's a piglet. Dragonfly spirit at the bottom, truth transcends illusion. So this person is elevating themselves because they're perceiving something was not authentic, it was false. There's a false energy that this person is elevating themselves from, and it's been a real struggle to do so. There could be strong elements of codependency or childhood patternings that have played out and gone around and around here. Yeah, around and around, almost to the point of like madness. It's feeling, yeah, just feeling like they were a little bit stir crazy is what I want to say here. Yeah. Until I think that there's been a point of collapse, or the point of like just burnout and exhaustion, and it feels like the mind's gone mental. The pig spirit, use your mind wisely. It feels like that whole sort of mental energy was in a tailspin, and it's almost like what I'm seeing is that this pig has stayed in its confined space, but actually there's a doorway and there's nothing blocking the door in my mind. It's like they could extrapolate themselves from this, and only in their kind of exhaustion have they realised that there's a way out here, and it feels kind of free and also a bit vulnerable. Yeah, this person is in between worlds, and this is very reminiscent to one of the other readings, but it's not quite so depressing is what I'm feeling. It's more like a sense of freedom that's coming through with this, because I feel like this person has processed already quite a lot of pain or a lot of grief or some kind of heartbreak, and it's what's driven them to this kind of level of distraction. But they're admiring the view at this point is what I'm getting. Snake spirit, time to heal. So there has been a problem in terms of the heart space here. I actually feel this is actually feeling like another person is refusing to change, holding on to outmoded ways of thinking, or going around in circles, or maybe there's been some sexual indiscretion here as well with the snake. And I feel like this person, it's time to kind of leave this in the past, leave it in the dust. Make your dreams real at the bottom with the spider spirit. Let me just tilt my camera up so that you can see that a bit straighter. Not sure it'll make a particular amount of difference, but there we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, I feel like they are working towards what they want to achieve in the world, dream the world into being. So there's two cards at the bottom here talking about their dreams and aspirations, and I feel like this person is feeling pretty positive about it, but there is a sense of somebody maybe wanting to hurt them. So this person is possibly feeling a little bit unsteady and a little bit like they're not quite sure whether it's the right time to exit out of their safe space or safe environment, because I think they sense danger, and they sense that danger in the form of another person that could do damage, or that could bite, or that could be very poisonous or very aggressive. This is definitely a possibility, but all in all, this person knows that it's a time for healing, and they're healing by emerging, is what I want to say. They're emerging from their comfort zone. They're seeing more of a sense of liberation, although there is still sensitivity around this at this point. Yeah, they're shedding the skin. They are. And the snake, when it sheds the skin, the butterfly, when it leaves the cocoon, there is that initial vulnerability. There is the need to kind of still oneself and dry off the wings, or get used to the new raw energy, the raw skin of things, and just take time to observe how they're feeling and where they're at, and to take things steady. I think this person is not in a hurry, but they are kind of hypervigilant is what I'm feeling. Yeah, there's a little bit of hypervigilance here, to potential deception, or temptation, or damaging energetic that could draw them back into a very painful or uncomfortable or long cycle that had them in a tailspin. Moth spirit, surrender now. Wow, that's my heartbreak card in this deck, and I feel like they could be transforming away and sort of emerging into new pastures, for want of a better way of putting it. And then there could be somebody else here that's really upset about that really grasping or angry, or wants to be desired by this person, is very hurt that this person is moving into a new space, or changing in their emerging, showing their colors, and this person that they may be dealing with is trying very hard to, they want to act quickly in order to stop your person from elevating or moving on, or to create sudden obstacle or sudden stumbling blocks is what I'm getting. Yeah, this person feels inadequate or lacking. And if there's not another person here, this is like two aspects of your person in conflict is what I'm getting. And it could be with you that this person is feeling that you're kind of escaping the clutches, or that you're wary of them, or that you don't really want to engage with them, or they are like some kind of danger zone in your mind, and you feel that you don't want to expose yourself to vulnerability, or you're just about getting ahead and it's been really tough and you're finally sort of emerging. But I think for this person, like your person, something's over. And it could be very painful that it's over, if that's you emerging away from this situation. But for others, I feel like it's them moving away from a situation, and there's somebody else that's very hurt here. Very hurt because they are no longer a primary focus, or there's no longer a sense of desirability. I've got a small kitten who's just sitting on my shoulder at the moment. So, yeah, sorry, just slightly distracting. Oh, don't fall off, Marlene. Good boy. Shall I show you off? Come here. Come here. Lick it. You can show off. There we go. Go on, say hi. Say hi. Good boy. Off he goes. Right. Yeah, it does feel like two different energies. For most of these people, I feel like this is somebody near to them that is maybe sexually very interested in them, or wants to kind of intimidate them into staying put. That's what I'm getting, to intimidate them into not leaving. And this person could be very angry. I'm hearing that expression, hurt people. So it could be that there's somebody nearby that is very hurt, or is able to say some very hurtful things. It's very critical, it feels like, very critical, or suddenly aggressive. verbally is what I want to say, very mean, words that are really, really like puncture or wound. There is some level of feeling rejected by this second energy. And again, this could be them with you if there's been a recent ending, is what I want to say here. That they're very resentful of that, and they feel very vulnerable and they feel very hurt, but they know that there's time, that they need time to heal. So there's a number of scenarios here, and one of them, quite prominently feeling, is your person dealing with somebody else. Yeah, it could be jealousy, territory, resentfulness, the use of sexuality to injure, or somebody who's feeling injured because of a lack of loyalty. All of those energies going on with this. Let's pick another one up here. Cat spirit, claim your independence. Yes. Somebody is claiming independence, although it's been really hard, it's been really tough. They no longer want to be involved in this lower, painful, difficult, possibly sneaky, energetic, or very highly sexualized energetic. It's very destructive, it's very toxic energy. They don't want to participate anymore. Like, this could be you, this could be your person dealing here. This claiming of independence is because your person is done dealing with a mixture of resentment and envy. Yeah, that I am getting that, resentment and envy. And this little cat's wings, the little pig's wings, the butterfly, it's all giving me a sense of the elevation via choosing to turn away. Both of these animals are turned away from this energy over here. If it is your person, all your person, and they're not dealing with somebody else, then they are disinclined to do the healing work at this moment because it's very painful. There's a lot of strong emotional content, and there's a lot of desire to prevent you moving away, or prevent there's a lot of desire to hold the process, to hold on to the status quo, is what I want to say with this. In terms of another person, I feel like this person needs to elevate. They need to give it up, give up, surrender now, the moth spirit says. It is time to heal. It's time to focus on the self. It's time to shed a skin. It's, you know, pushing past the need for doing that. It is actually just going to create more pain, more heartache, more heartbreak, more being in the dark is what I'm getting. Moth spirits generally nocturnal, so there's that sense of being in the dark, or being in a dark space, being low. The energy feels low to the ground with the snake spirit. They need like self-medicine. There's a self-medicine or a need to purge in some way from like an intense power play or desire to be codependent, or to cling on, hold on, react very quickly, unpredictable is what I'm getting about this second frequency of energy. Peacock spirit, let it shine. So I feel like spirit is encouraging the second frequency to like turn around, and that it's encouraging these two energies to go their separate ways. If there's two different people, it's saying, you need to move apart, because the peacock spirit is saying, look, you don't need to face this. You need to look at your own inner light, your own desire, your own heart is telling you that this is not positive, that this is negative, that this is toxic, that there needs to be time to find your inner light. I am seeing the Hermit now. I feel like this second frequency needs time alone. The first frequency is wanting time alone. So your person wants time alone, is what I'm getting, is claiming their independence, is wanting to be more discerning. Because I feel that they no longer can trust or rely upon this second frequency. And if this is all just your person, again, Spirit is encouraging this person to take time out to heal. And they're encouraging you to continue on in your journey, continue on transforming, continue to claim your independence, continue to be discerning. You don't need to feel so vulnerable, especially if there's a distance between you and this person and you've got strong boundaries. That's what I'm hearing. Beaver Spirit says lay a solid foundation at the bottom. So I do feel like there's an encouragement to put down like strong roots or to focus on the material. Sweet results await with the Bee Spirit. Focus on work is what I'm getting. Focus on harvesting. Focus on collecting good things. With the pollen and the beavers that collect all that wood to build something, it's about constructing something. It's about building, possibly domestically with your home. It doesn't have to be, though. Again, it could just be your resources, your work. Earthy energy is being encouraged. But I think there's been a mental breakthrough with this person, in that they've gone around and around and they've really hit a point of complete like exhaustion, and they've thought, you know what, I'm tired of being in this mental loop. I'm changing my conditioning. I'm changing my mental processes. I'm dealing with nurturance issues. I'm shedding the skin. I'm leaving the pain behind me. I'm going to take a different road that other people don't expect me to take. That's what I'm getting, or don't want me to take, or are resentful about me taking. And I'm going to surrender to the process, because I've done so much transformation already. And they are just like freshly emerged. So there is a need for this person to take it steady, to observe, to not hurry this process. This other person, I feel like there's strong ego. If there's another person here, strong ego. With this Peacock Spirit, it's showy offy, sexualized, maybe plays on self-pity as well here. It feels very like changeably. 1 minute there's a pageant of like arrogance is what I'm feeling, and the next minute it's like a despair. And maybe they play that game in order to keep people hooked, or to ask for assistance, or they may say that they're healing, but this is very ego driven energy for this person. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide at the bottom, and I feel like that is this second person wanting to be a complete roadblock. It feels very stubborn. It feels very, very objectionable, stubborn, difficult, impossible to please. This person would be impossible to please. But they are being strongly messaged, is what I'm getting. Strongly messaged by the universe that if they don't surrender now, all they're going to do is just extend the pain of this. And that it feels very painful already. It feels like this person will be hitting a tower moment if they resist this transformation. Whereas your person, I feel, is aware of transformation and is transforming, and although there's a vulnerability, is aware of needing to heal from heartbreak. So this is only that sort of Tower moment frequency, I feel, is only applicable if there is another person your person is dealing with that is refusing to recognize the dynamic here and the movement away from them. They may bury themselves in frivolous energy, very, very kind of frivolous sexual encounters potentially, but this is gonna just, it's I'm hearing the word purgatory. It's purgatorial for their pain. It's just going to be extending of deep heartache because they're not doing the work, and they're going to have to kind of put on a facade, put on a show to hide this, and they are going to be trying to screen it from people, screen their resentment or screen the attraction. I feel like there could be strong attraction here, and that could be for you as well. If you're not talking to your person, and maybe you're not, and if this is all them, if it's all resonating for them, they are putting on a show that they're like busy elsewhere, having fun, putting their heart in a different direction, but actually they're in a great deal of pain. They're in a great deal of pain, and they are struggling to release the energy, even though they might be aware that you're transforming, might be aware that you're moving in a different direction, that you've put negative energy that they brought to you like behind you, is what I'm getting. I'm feeling that they might well still, you might well still have their heart, is what I'm feeling here. There might be strong love for you, but there's a shield with the feathers. It's a show. Yeah, I'm hearing showman, so or woman. I mean, there's potentially somebody who really does put on a show, but there's so much turmoil and drama and pain and possible aggression and resentment and envy and all sorts of negative stuff like stewing underneath in a very low frequency, and it's all to do with pain. But if time is taken not to heal, and if this person like refuses to express their vulnerability, or when they feel vulnerable lashes out, there's going to be a problem. This person is just protracting it, like, because purgatory's worse than hell by any stretch, in my view. Like, at least stuff happens in hell. Purgatory is like a protracted process, an unending feeling, and that's what it's like, an unending hell. I mean, it's just a loop cycle. But somebody's releasing here, whether that be you, whether that be person, somebody is releasing from some kind of coil, some kind of bind, some kind of devil energy, breaking old habits or old conditioning, or because there's been so much healing done of the heart energy in terms of nurturance, and although there's still a vulnerability, like it's real fresh is what I'm getting. It's so positively moving in the right direction, even though there might be pain or grief, and it might be a reluctance to claim this independence, or a reluctance to like go out on their own. The light is dawning. The light is dawning, and if they focus on little things, on like moving themselves in the practical, gradually accumulating their and steadying their boat and working on the foundational spaces, I feel like there will be very positive collaboration in the future, maybe between you. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys, and I really hope it resonated, and if it did, please like, subscribe and share. Thanks so much. Bye.